تحت مياه دجلة غابت مدينة كبرى قرب عمرها 3000.
The Euphrates River has been dry for years, but in 2020, this has become more apparent than ever. Meanwhile, in the UK, heavy rains and floods have caused chaos. However, as the floodwaters receded, something strange appeared in the sky, a bright light resembling an angel's wing. This has led many to wonder if angels had appeared in two different places at the same time. The contrast between this extreme natural phenomenon and these supernatural signs has sparked curiosity about omens in human history. From strange noises in the Euphrates River, which could be the voices of fallen angels, to mysterious lights in the sky over England, perhaps these are signs of supernatural events to come. Is this just a coincidence or a sign from ancient prophets? Stay tuned. Recently, the world witnessed two celestial events of striking peculiarity that spanned different continents, yet appeared mysteriously interconnected. In the United Kingdom, an inexplicable sound filled the sky, spreading wonder and unease throughout the nation. As the sun set and twilight enveloped the land, some claim to have seen ethereal figures, resembling Christ and angels, ascending into the heavens. A palpable unease lingered, as the atmosphere seemed to carry an otherworldly presence. Echoes filled the skies, likened to a metallic hum, or, as many described, the sound of apocalyptic trumpets blaring from above. The UK was enveloped in this celestial cacophony, and social media became a hive of speculation and intrigue. Some marveled at the phenomenon, interpreting it as a sign from God, a divine message heralding intervention, or offering a glimpse into the spiritual realm. Others, with the scriptures in mind, connected these events to the book of Revelation and the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared to sound them. This alignment with the verse sent chills down the spines of many, drawing spiritual parallels between the trumpet sounds in the UK and the apocalyptic narrative prophesied thousands of years ago. Jerusalem, a city closely associated with divine revelations and heavenly signs, was not spared from unusual occurrences. On that very same night, powerful beams of light illuminated its ancient skies, shining against the historic backdrop of the city. A photograph taken that night revealed more than what the human eye initially noticed: a mysterious figure cloaked within the clouds, as if watching over or signaling something yet to come. The photographer, bewildered and shaken, described the scene as a missing piece to a cosmic puzzle, where heaven and earth seemed to blur and the spiritual veil briefly lifted to reveal something profound. The image quickly made its way across social media, becoming the focal point for speculation. Was this an angelic apparition? A celestial guardian making itself known? Or was this a foreboding sign, a prophetic reminder that humanity's days might be numbered? The events in both the UK and Jerusalem seemed eerily connected, as if responding to one another. Shortly after the beams of light were seen over Jerusalem, another strange sound echoed through London's emerald skies, this time more haunting and distinct. Unlike the familiar toll of church bells, this sound carried an unnerving majesty, a trumpet-like resonance that gripped the hearts and souls of those who heard it. Some passers-by described feeling an inexplicable dread, as if they were witnessing a prophecy of destruction unfold before their very ears. The biblical undertones were not lost on the listeners, as they recalled passages that spoke of trumpets heralding the end times, of a world shaken by God's impending judgment. Panic and awe collided in southern London, where residents were genuinely unsettled by the noises reverberating across the sky. The sound waves seemed to emanate from somewhere beyond human comprehension, beyond the physical. Were these trumpets a warning, a call to repentance, or perhaps a spiritual alarm meant to awaken a slumbering world to the reality of divine judgment? In an era where technology often drowns out the spiritual, these celestial sounds pierced through the noise, demanding attention and inviting reflection. These phenomena appear to align with prophecies in the Book of Revelation, where unusual celestial events mark pivotal moments in the spiritual battle between good and evil. The sounds of trumpets, beams of light, and mysterious apparitions all evoke the signs and wonders that are said to precede major shifts in the spiritual landscape. Are we witnessing the beginning of the end? Are these events mere coincidences? Or are they markers of something greater, echoing God's intervention or forewarning of an approaching era of trial and tribulation? It is difficult not to feel the weight of these questions as they echo across the world, inviting a deeper exploration of their meaning. In this moment of mystery and divine enigma, we must ask ourselves, are we listening? Are we prepared for what these celestial signs may signify? Perhaps these are not just sounds and lights, but a profound invitation to awaken, reflect, and seek a deeper connection with God in these times of uncertainty. The message is not one to incite fear, but to inspire readiness, encouraging each person to look beyond the surface and ponder the spiritual implications of these wondrous events. Could it be that heaven is speaking, reminding us of the prophecy woven into the fabric of time, urging us to understand and respond before it is too late? In a time when humanity's attention is captivated by mysterious signs and phenomena, sounds echoing from two different geographical regions have sparked deep reflections on divine intervention and the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. In England, these sounds are believed to emanate from angels carrying the comfort and hope of God, while those near the Euphrates River are linked to the four fallen angels, signaling impending chaos and destruction. These are not mere mysterious occurrences, they hold profound spiritual meaning, touching the hearts of believers searching for signs of the end times. The sounds from England seem to convey a divine presence, a reminder that heaven is still watching over and guarding those who are faithful. Like trumpets resounding from the heavens, these sounds awaken hope in the hearts of believers, reminding them that God is actively at work, protecting and guiding His people through the most challenging times. These sounds can be related to the trumpets of the angels in the Book of Revelation, where angels stand ready to blow trumpets that herald major events in the final days. To many in England, these sounds may be astonishing, but to those with faith, they bring a sense of protection and trust in God's justice. Contrasting this hope, the sounds echoing near the Euphrates River create a sense of darkness and fear. According to the Book of Revelation, the four fallen angels chained beneath the Euphrates have waited for thousands of years to be released, and when the time comes, they will bring judgment and destruction to 1/3 of humanity. These angels, associated with Lucifer and the rebellion of the fallen, are held beneath the river because of their terrifying power and strength. Now, the sounds emerging near the Euphrates might be the precursor to the awakening of these powerful entities, sparking terror and dread in the hearts of those who hear them. The contrasting nature of these two sound sources creates a vivid picture of the opposition between the heavenly realm and the forces of darkness. While the sounds in England represent the divine presence and God's protective assurance, the sounds near the Euphrates seem to symbolize chaos and the uprising of forces against God. These are not just supernatural sounds, they are directly linked to the prophetic end times described in the Book of Revelation. When analyzing both phenomena, it is evident that they are deeply connected to the concept of the end times and the fulfillment of prophecy. The contrast between comfort and destruction, between angels and fallen angels, raises a question about humanity's destiny. In the Book of Revelation, the angels blow trumpets and 7 seals are opened, announcing judgment and the completion of God's plan for humanity. These sounds, with their supernatural qualities, suggest a time when the fallen angels beneath the Euphrates will be released, leading to a series of events heralding the final judgment. The public's reaction to both sounds is different but profound. In England, many people feel a mixture of amazement and anxiety, as if witnessing something beyond human understanding. On the other hand, near the Euphrates, fear and apprehension are more evident, because the sounds are directly associated with the fallen angels and the destruction they bring. This emphasizes the importance of decoding and understanding these signs within the context of the Bible. The sacred nature of both sounds evokes a deep spiritual significance. For those who believe in God, these sounds are powerful reminders of God's existence, the end times, and the coming judgment as prophesied in the book of Revelation. We are reminded that God is not only the creator but also holds control over the fate of humanity, and that the end times will come as the prophecies are fulfilled. With the 7 angels sounding their trumpets in Revelation, and the release of the 4 fallen angels under the Euphrates, humanity faces a time of great change. These fallen angels, imprisoned beneath the Euphrates, are closely linked to the rebellion of Lucifer. On that day, they will be unleashed to bring destruction and judgment upon 1/3 of humanity, a clear warning of the power they wield. This imagery brings to mind reflections on God's ultimate victory over all the forces of darkness and his call to humanity: be ready, hold on to your faith, and put your trust in God, who reigns over all ages. These mysterious sounds from England to the Euphrates are not just natural occurrences. They are divine reminders of a deeper reality, of God's intervention in the world, and of the coming end times. Listen closely, stay awake, and remember that we are called to place our trust in God and his promise of salvation. In the vast panorama of biblical prophecy and the unfolding mysteries of spiritual warfare, the imprisoned angels at the Euphrates River stand as a powerful symbol of looming darkness and divine judgment. These are not mere demonic entities, they are high-ranking principalities, whose destructive potential is so immense that upon their release, they have the capacity to claim 1/3 of humanity. This echoes the warnings of Revelation, hinting at a turning point in human history, the end times. Their presence at the Euphrates is not just geographical but deeply symbolic, representing a key threshold in God's timeline and emphasizing the gravity of the spiritual battle that humanity faces. Matthew 24's prophecy takes this deeper, where the disciples marveled at the grandeur of the Jerusalem temple. Jesus' startling prophecy of its total destruction came to pass in AD 70 under the Roman siege led by Titus, a moment so unexpected that even historians like Josephus noted its peculiarity. Unlike their typical approach, the Romans did not preserve this sacred site. Instead, the temple was burned, torn apart, and left in ruins. This unforeseen devastation became a profound sign of foreshadowing of greater spiritual shifts that were to come. It marked not just a physical loss, but a spiritual signal of transition. On the Mount of Olives, as the disciples privately inquired about the end times, they sought clarity on the end of the age, a phrase pregnant with meaning. This term did not denote the planet's demise, but rather a period of change, a new age marked by Christ's rule. Jesus, in Matthew 24, outlines the signs that would accompany such a monumental shift: wars, famines, and spiritual deception, all pointing to a profound cosmic battle between good and evil. Understanding these events is crucial for interpreting biblical prophecy, especially in linking spiritual warfare with tangible historical events like the destruction of the temple. It underscores the importance of discerning the signs of the end of the age, not as doom but as the birthing pains of a new divine era. This era heralds the fulfillment of God's kingdom on earth, a restoration and a hope for all who are watchful and prepared. As we navigate this present age, the prophecies remind us to be vigilant, discerning the signs that point to a greater spiritual reality unfolding before our eyes.